Welcome to the broadcast. Author Leostone Morrison, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, so I know our listeners are excited. Our tribe is excited. So tell us a little bit about your author journey from idea to book and what this book, Mind Renewal, is all about.
Thank you, Ruth, for having me. The the journey years ago, many years ago, even before I came to know the Lord, I heard one day in my spirit that I was to write a book. I got the name of the book, and I procrastinated. I didn't venture into the book. And I'm so glad today that I did not write that book. It would have been a disaster to
Okay.
many lives. And and then now, as a believer and as a Christian, I was thinking about writing, but did not have the confidence in writing.
Mhm.
So when I heard about the indie group and the 30-day challenge, and then it was by Ruth Taylor who I knew from JTS. She taught me, what was the class? Was it
I think it's
spiritual formation? I'm
evangelism.
not sure. Evangelism. Well, and so I was comfortable with Ruth. I knew Ruth, and I remember Ruth asking me once. It was a question in the class. What is my hobby? And when I said my hobby is praying, and she said, no, I mean like football, dancing, singing. I said praying. So I took the 30-day challenge, and so I asked Ruth. I said, what is the amount of words for a reasonable book, for a good sized book? And she said 40,000. So I divided the 40,000 by 30. I got 1,300 and plus. So that was what I knew that I needed to write per day, 1,300 plus words per day. And I spoke to my wife, my family. I said, this is, I'm going to take on this. So, in other words, give me my space, give me my time. Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes
Because I do have a full-time job, and so this would be doing when this writing would be done when I'm home.
yes.
And so I took on the challenge, and it for me, based on what I know of me at that time, if it wasn't for the challenge, I would not have completed the book.
Wow.
I needed that. I needed the challenge to inspire me. Okay, I need to. So there are days when I got to like 700 words, and I recognize, okay, with 700 words, I am short 600 plus. So the following day, now I was under more pressure to make up.
Yeah.
And I have, as Ruth said, four daughters. It's really four sons
Four sons.
and a daughter. Four
Okay.
sons and a daughter. So a big household. And so to get the privacy to write sometimes, I had to leave home sometimes. There are times when I had to go to the library just to write. I just
Mm.
get out of the house. Because once I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. So those
Wow.
are babies. So they are calling on you, calling on you. Uh, and so that was the challenge. And I wrote and I wrote and I got my best writing time in early in the morning
Okay.
when everyone is asleep. So went to bed early. I got up like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock when everyone else is asleep and I had quietness.
Mm.
I found out also that once I prayed first and then I started to write, then it's like the Holy Spirit was just downloading, just downloading, just downloading. And all I had to do was just to write what the Holy Spirit was saying, just write what the Holy Spirit was saying. So I made a commitment. I said, December 31st is my deadline. I am going to
Mhm.
submit it. So, normally we would go to, what do you call it again? New Year's night, watch night service.
Yes.
I said, I'm not going, I'm staying
Wow.
home, I'm finishing this.
Yes.
And I think I sent that email to Ruth minutes to 12, I think it was. And I was like, yes.
Happy
The,
for
the,
you.
the, the joy I
Yes.
the joy I felt was more than when I graduated from JTS, which was a major accomplishment for me.
Wow.
And so because before JTS, okay, I went to Meadowbrook High School.
Oh, me too.
I had with my
Me
time.
too.
Big school.
Yes.
I did my time. I did my time, and when I did my CXCs, I passed only one subject. And the
Mm.
reason why I passed that one subject was the teacher told me that I am not going to come out to anything.
Wow.
And so I went and I studied her subject, got my passes, and I went in search for her and said, Miss Seatier, I passed your subject.
Wow. Wow.
Went on to Excel so community college. I did myself again,
Mm-hmm.
did CXCs again, passed one more. Went back another year, and then I passed the rest of the subjects. So my education journey was not easy. After that, I applied for UTech, applied for a 3-year computer programming course. I completed 2 and then just stopped. No reasons, just decided I'm not going any further with this.
Mm.
Applied to Vector to do a computer technician, did about 2 classes, then stopped. So my education journey was not easy. It was challenging. It was challenging. And so after coming to know God, and then he said to me, go to JTS. My life changed. My education journey changed after I came to know the Lord. And
Yeah.
so for me to have acquired a degree in theology, guidance, and counsel was a major accomplishment for me. But yet still, to submit that manuscript to Ruth, minutes to 12, 2018,
Wow.
it was like, wow, it was a yeah. And a church found out that I was visiting. I don't even know the pastor for the church. I was contacted and asked to come and do a session there and to take my books. And I went, I took books, and right there I had a book signing.
Yes. Which leads me to the next question. How have you, how many books have you sold? Print books, ebooks, about how many?
I'm about 500 now.
Wow, congrats! About 500 books, and that is what? July, August, September, October. About 500 books, not bad, not bad. And
About 500.
outside of the book sales, how have you been generating income, leveraging your author status? If you care to share, you don't need to give us specific details, but in terms of range of income, how much income, having subtracted your book cost, about how much income have you generated for books and other book related um, things since July? So that's July, August, September, October, in the last 3 months. Give us a range in US
Uh,
dollars.
what I what I can tell you, Ruth, is and authors is that after the second baby was born, the last baby, my wife, we decided for her to not return to work, but
Wow.
to stay and take care of the baby. So our finances came under significant pressure in such that we were down to no savings at all.
Wow.
It was so bad that my daughter took sick and we were not able to take her to the doctor. We had no money. So we were flat. We were going from paycheck, from my one paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. It was so bad. I went back to God and I said, okay, God, can I get a second job? And he said, no. Today, I can tell you that we have savings.
Wow. That's awesome.
We have savings. We have
That's enough.
savings. And
Yes.